My bad, guys. Just gotta rechange the thumbnail here real quick. Uh, and I will explain shortly what just happened for anyone who was not here and why I just suddenly end stream for anyone who did not witness. There we go. Okay. That should be good. Should be back. Okay. Let me just repost the link real quick. Sorry, this is taking so long. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, so let's just get the elephant out of the room out of the way, I suppose. So you could see with this stream, I titled it, we're not going to be finishing the Denzel Curry EP. I'm just going to finish that in my own time. But basically, what just happened was probably the most embarrassing moment I've caught on camera, let alone live. But so I was reading the Genius annotations for the track that we were reacting to in the previous live stream, and my dumbass accidentally read out the N-word as part of that lyric. Obviously, I don't stand by that language at all. I think that's abhorrent. I would consider myself, a starkly anti-racist person. And so, yeah, that is probably the one of the most embarrassing, if not the most embarrassing thing that I've done on live. And yeah, so I realized that immediately, deleted the VOD, all that. I don't want that VOD back up. So, yeah, apologies that Denzel Curry reaction is being scrapped. But yeah, so that's what happened. We're back now. My apologies. I did not mean to do that. I don't stand for that. I will do my best in the future to make sure something like that does not happen again. And so, yeah. My apologies again for anyone that did hear that. That's, yeah, unfathomably embarrassing and careless of me. Yeah, so, yeah, figured that needed addressing. But we are back now. We're gonna, pivot to the Weezer album instead. We'll just get started with that now. So yeah, for anyone watching this on the VOD ahead of time, that's what happened. That's why we're starting with just Weezer, no Denzel Curry. Yeah. Anyways, let me get the album of the year up now. Oh, nope, it's not up. What the? Did I? Oh, wait, hold up. There we go. Okay, let's get started with Weezer instead. So we've got this gold album here, 77 on album of the year, 842 ratings. Not as many as I expected, but I guess Weezer is a pretty old band. And yeah, if we look at their previous records, you could see, I mean, OK Human was rated pretty well, but this is their highest rated album in 10 years since the White Album, which is pretty nuts. So yeah, maybe we get a little bit of a artistic renaissance for the Wheezing Men here. Pretty short track list here, just 10 tracks, 32 minutes. Don't really know what I'm expecting necessarily. I haven't listened to the most modern Weezer album I've listened to was the Black Album, and that album, that album kind of sucked ass. So, if this is a good version of their kind of more quote-unquote modern sound, I'm, interested to hear what that will sound like. We also have Kenneth on production. We talked about this in the last stream, but yeah, Kenny Beats, formerly Kenny Beats, I should say, Kenneth Bloom now, really dipping his toes into a lot of other genres, including Geese. What happened last stream? I just addressed it like 5 minutes ago. Lavender Coochie, if you want to watch it. But long story short, I accidentally read out the N-word while reading the Denzel Curry lyrics. Realized that, and then, yeah, deleted the VOD. And, yeah, it just took a little bit of time to collect myself. And, yeah. So, we're back now. We're not doing that reaction anymore. Yeah, and, yeah, that's, you know, accident by myself. Just kind of was not thinking. Sped through reading the lyrics. And, yeah, I don't stand for that language, like I said previously. That's not okay. So, yeah, my apologies for that. I'm sorry. But, yeah, we're moving on to the Weezer Gold album now. But, yeah, I figured I owed an explanation because I didn't want to just, you know, turn off the stream, turn it back on, pretend nothing ever happened. But, yeah, not my finest moment. Let's, move on to Weezer, though, like I said. Yeah, so as for this track list, like I said, pretty short. Good track ratings. We also got an appearance from Wednesday. I did not hear their new album, but I've heard it was pretty good. This was a single as well. I've not heard any of the singles also, so... Ugh! This is going to be a fully new listening experience. But I'm excited, you know, if this is a quote-unquote good Weezer album, as they say, I'm curious to see what we're in for here. Sorry, let me just reformat everything again. Why did I... Okay. Oh, I see why. Okay. Put that there. Weezer. Gold. Sorry, just getting the Genius annotations ready. Okay, here we go. Let's get started with track number 1, Say Yes. Let me know how volume is, as always. That was weird. It didn't start for a second. Also, hold up. Sorry, full screen. Here we go. Make me so scared that I'm never gonna wanna leave this town. Hide my head in the ground. Everybody here's gonna... This is an oddly fitting opening verse here, as that is exactly how I'm feeling currently. But we move. Make me feel so afraid. So I only think about how my ass is getting paid and play the game. I put in my silicone earplugs, sweep that riprap underneath the rug, and say yes. I'm down if you're down. Say yes, like you're good at done. Say yes. You know, I'll give credit to, since hearing Pinkerton and, you know, obviously the Blue Album, which I did do a little bit of a reskim through before this stream. Very, very faithful recapture of their older sound, you know? Like, I feel like this is, I could see this coming right out of Blue or Green, you know? Whoever their art director needs to get fired because these covers they have, man, aren't it? I actually like this cover quite a bit. The gold, I don't know, it looks a little tacky to me, but I actually think it's pretty cool. A little sad that they kind of broke the tradition of all their self-titles where they have, you know, themselves on it. But I'm guessing maybe these symbols in the corners are meant to represent each band member. But I do like quite a bit of their covers. I think Pinkerton's a great cover. I mean, blue, green, even red, and all their self-titles I think are pretty iconic in their own way. They do have some really bad covers, though. But even the covers that they have are bad, I think, are, like, funny bad. Like, Ratitude is really bad, but it's funny. Hurley is really funny. Make Believe is a pretty just generally ass cover. But then, you know, you got stuff like Pacific Daydream, which is a pretty nice cover. Okay Human. Van Weezer's a pretty shit cover, I'll give it that. But, yeah, pretty mixed, I would say. Not And this one, though, I do like quite a bit. And gold is a good cover to have, you know, with the next color. I was expecting like a pink maybe or like orange, but gold is pretty cool. I think it's tack, and I'm more talking about their later stuff. Yeah, it's a little tack. Yeah, like, I think that's fair. Somebody here's gonna slip me a happy pill. Make me feel dumb if I just can't seem to feel the thrill. Yeah, you know the drill. I only get one weird life I get to live. Okay, this is getting into some classic Rivers, like, corny, I think, for me right now. Somebody here's gonna slip me a happy pill, make me feel dumb if I just can't seem to feel the thrill. You know the drill. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, this idea of, like, antidepressants talking about that is very well done, but when... Or done to death, rather. Not well done, excuse me. But, yeah, I don't know. It reminds me of, like, Mask by Dream. Like, with the normal pills. And I only get one chance to show you who I am. Make the most of it. Climb that ladder right up to the sky. And when I get there, I will not be shy. I'll say yes. I'm down if you're down. I really like the progression from the verse to the chorus, though. Like, that build and energy is really nice. I kind of like to judge the album first off a cover, so at least needs to be decent. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's like, that's probably one of my most toxic music traits, probably, is that I do kind of judge an album worse if it has a really bad cover. And other way around, I kind of judge an album to be a little bit better than it might actually be if it has a really good cover, you know? But I think at the end of the day, too, like, the cover is part of the artistic, like, piece as a whole. Obviously, it's not as important as the actual music, but I think having a good cover to represent your album is an important aspect of the album. And I think it is fair to judge albums slightly based on their covers. Not solely, but I think the cover is a fair thing to judge. But maybe that's a little bit of a hot take. Nice bridge, by the way, too. The little Hit the Road Jack reference in there I caught was pretty fun. Go back. You know, for a pretty old guy in Rivers Cuomo, I will give it this. His vocals are still pretty up there. You know, that's impressive, man. All right, yeah, that was a pretty strong opening track here. Say Yes, good chorus. Yeah, reminded me of some classic Weezer, which is, you know, that's all we could really ask for a Weezer album in 2026, I think. Also, apparently the early versions of this song were called School Sucks, which is an interesting title for an album made by multiple 50-plus-year-old men, you know? But maybe there's something in there. I didn't really get any school vibes in the lyrics, but, you know, that's okay. Kenny Beats on production as well. Also, Klaus Alund. Is that how you pronounce it? Swedish songwriter. Pretty cool. And then, yeah, you also have the Yoko Ono, John Lennon reference, of course. But yeah, pretty solid first track. Let's get to track number 2, though. Shine Again. Fitting for a gold album. This was one of the singles, it looks like. Is this Rivers again? It says Patrick. This is Patrick Wilson that's doing this verse here. Or maybe it's written. Oh, it was written by Patrick Wilson. Got you. Got you. So it's still Rivers singing. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, I hate to say it though, but this like cookie cutter like duh is really bad. Like that, I really think this is a very choppy way of singing. I don't. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't hold a good like tune to it really. I don't know, man. But yeah, it looks like we're getting into pre-chorus soon, so hopefully it doesn't keep the same cadence. Patrick Wilson, as in the drummer of Weezer, not the actor. I don't know. Maybe it's the same guy. I don't know. Is Patrick Wilson? Does he act? Probably not the same Patrick Wilson. But that'd be funny if it was. Of course, it's a little better. Not the same Patrick Wilson, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one as much as the previous, at least. Feels like just kind of a weaker version on all fronts, right? Like, the guitars are less rockin', the singing performance is a little more boring. I don't know. Not really feeling this one as much. I guess, I mean, I don't know. It's a risky thing to have other band members do writing when they don't do it often, because I feel like it can lead to, especially when the singer isn't the one that wrote the song. Like, being able to perform a song that you didn't write, I feel like is a little difficult in some moments, and maybe that's kind of what's happening here with some of the cadences, but, you know, I'm just speculating, really. But yeah, either way, it's not really working as much for me. Also, I mean, apparently there's a lot of lore for this album in the Weezer Discord server. I'm not a member of it, but I'm looking at a lot of these annotations. There's a bunch of stuff in here, specifically from our boy Kenneth. That build is really nice from pre-chorus to chorus. They're really good with that. I'll give them that. This is a way less strong guitar solo, I'll give it that too. Or I guess, here's where it starts. Excuse me. Yeah, not too much there, but honestly, as it goes on, the track is growing on me a little bit. A little bit. Nothing crazy. Not as good as Say Yes, but also, for the longest song of the album, I don't know. Feels like it could be, you know, tuned down a little bit, like 30 seconds to a minute. Not the best breakdown. Yeah, I agree. I do like, granted, this annotation on Genius has 7 dislikes, but I do like the idea with The Sun Will Shine, Shine Again being, like, a reference to Weezer actually, like, coming back and making, like, more albums. Because there was, like, a decently long hiatus, I think, between this one and the last. So, like, you know, they're saying they're the sun. And, like, you know, gold album, it kind of fits. The sun's kind of gold. It's more yellow, but, yeah, it kind of works. Apologies if you're my dog barking in the background, by the way. I don't know why she's going crazy, but... Okay. Yeah, Shine Again, like I said, not as strong as the previous track, in my opinion. Felt like a little just less powerful in a lot of moments. And, yeah, the writing from Patrick Wilson just, I don't know, didn't really have that weird loser kind of nerd charm that Rivers' writing does, right? But I believe this is the only song on here that has Patrick Wilson writing credits, so, you know, probably not a repeat issue across this album. Track number 3, though, Don't Make It Weird. I will try. It's difficult. I make things weird often.
I was walking down Montana. When I
don't know why this cadence is so funny to me. Yeah, whoa. Yo, holy, I did not realize we have... Whoa, real quick. We have... Yeah, wow, I did not realize we had so many more concurrent viewers. I'm seeing 12 on one side, 8 on the other. Yo, damn. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining up. It's just I've been seeing only Lavender and Coochie in chat is all. So I thought we only had like three or four watchers. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Shout out New Weezer.
To a lady that I know. I tried to make small talk.
What's up, Freddie Gibbs? How you doing? And then it got weird, yo. Okay, so I get it. It's talking about... This actually might be pretty good. I'm guessing this is going to be a song about, you know, Rivers' old unk-ass walking down Montana, bumping into someone he knows, maybe an ex, potentially, or maybe someone that he had a previous relationship with, or someone he might even be interested in. Or no, I think he has a wife and kids, right? Maybe not. Regardless, it's going to be like that. It's going to be capturing that awkward feeling of someone that you have a weird relationship. And then it's all about like, oh, don't make it weird. All right, this is going to be pretty fun, I think. Nice chorus. Nice chorus. Also, I want to look this up real quick because I actually don't know. Is Rivers Cuomo's name actually Rivers? Like, was he born with... I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, I'm not seeing... I don't think I've ever met or even heard of another person named Rivers. Where did they get that name, man?
Some people call me River, and then they tell me that I don't got any flow.
Ha ha!
It's like they can't...
No, I'm just laughing because we were talking about with the Denzel Curry album before how great the flows were. And then they tell me that I don't got it, and it's in the most cookie cutter flow I've ever heard in my life, but intentionally so. That's very fun. This is a more like goofy, lighthearted thing. It's working for me. It's working for me. That is really funny though.
See me. I'm standing right here though, blinded by darkness. I was starving as I picked at the carcass.
It's a cool line. A little Vulture reference, maybe. I'm already gone.
Don't make it weird, it don't gotta be. Everything's cool if you let it be. Nobody cares, but that's quite alright with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting basically all these songs to have the exact same structure. So, I mean, not my favorite that it is the case, but like, verse, chorus, a little pre-chorus in there, a little post-chorus in there maybe, and then a bridge and guitar solo. But I think if it's mixed up a little bit, that would be very much appreciated. Not to say that this song, I'm like already getting fatigued of the format. I'm just kind of noticing that's the exact same structure. But yeah, this guitar solo is pretty nice.
Blinded by darkness, I was starving as a pig that the carcass. When they tried to reach me, I'm already gone.
Oh, wait a minute. So, I'm reading the annotation here. Initially, the song was written solely by Rivers Cuomo, but during rehearsals, drummer Patrick Wilson brought in his own song, and the band replaced Cuomo's verse with Wilson's. Oh, I see. So, the second verse has to be surely the one that Rivers wrote, and then the first one is... I don't know, dude. Because I really couldn't tell a difference between, like, writer to writer, so that's, that's a good sign.
Already gone. Don't make it weird, it don't gotta be. Everything's cool if you let it be. Nobody cares, but that's quite alright with me. Don't make it weird. Everything's cool. Nobody cares, but that's quite alright with me.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, not as strong as not as strong as Say Yes, in my opinion. Funnily enough, I feel like the last, like, 3 albums we've reacted to all have the exact same structure, where the first track starts out as my favorite, the second track starts out as my least favorite, and then the third track is right in between the second track and the first track. But, yeah, honestly felt like we were in for a little bit more, lyrically speaking, by just that first verse, and, just the title even. But we didn't really get that much in these verses. Like, obviously, some people call me River, then they tell me I don't got flow. It's like they can't see me. I'm standing right here, though. Like, just 4, like, little bars there. Granted, the flow line was pretty funny, but I think we could have gone for maybe a little more meat in the verses, I guess, if we're playing on this theme of don't make it weird, right? But, sound-wise, it was still pretty rock. And again, like, compared to the Black Album, compared to even the Teal album, which is a little bit of a guilty pleasure for me, compared to certain other modern Weezer output, this is like fucking Illmatic, right? But yeah, I like that one. I'll give it a like. Let's get to track number 4, though. Another single, also the only feature on this album with Wednesday. We Might As Well Be Strangers. What is this what does this guitar part sound like? I don't know. Sounds familiar to me, though.
Happy birthday. Thanks for the volume.
Oh.
Thank you for the stack of dirty magazines. We lounged around.
Okay, also, it's, like, weird, because this sounds like... I know this is Rivers, but he sounds, like, more high-pitched. Does that make sense? It's, like, a weird... I don't know. But, happy birthday, thanks for the Valium, and thank you for the stack of dirty magazines. I don't know where we're going with this, but, let's see.
Debated Nietzsche. I was too obtuse to get how much I need ya. Parasitic fishes down in the sea. Now we're history. We might as well be strangers. Something came along and changed us. I was Nancy, you were vicious.
Nancy Spungen and Sid Vicious reference, obviously. I'm guessing the song's about more like maybe a thing where it's a relationship that was broken off and now they like barely relate to each other anymore. Or maybe it's like just I don't know. I'm too early to predict. Let's see where we go though.
Even miss us, if I sang you a song, would you still sing along? We might as well be strangers.
Your closed mouth yawns always get me. No, it's really bad. It's because I don't. When I yawn, it doesn't mean I don't want people to think that I'm bored of the song when I yawn is the problem. But so I always like instinctively close my mouth. I also think I think weird as shit when I yawn. So it's like a little weird like tick. Yo, Josh, what's up? Welcome to stream. I'm glad you're enjoying the album. I'm sorry we couldn't get something popping. I would love to have you react in here, but we'll run it in the future. We're gonna do something for sure. But yeah, I'm liking it so far too. My favorite is the first track though so far. We're only on track number 4 though.
Every night's your birthday.
Carly Hartzman of Wednesday.
Excuse to celebrate a brighter, lighter, a louder stack. Hand on the burner, crack in the skull. Is it still hedonism if you're feeling miserable? Don't want your songs to become the clues to why we lost you. We might as well be strangers.
So we've got a doubling of their vocals here. This could be something pretty freaking nice. Wait, you said yes. So he's actually in chat right now. But yeah, my boy Josh, he's a big Weezer fan. We were originally gonna react to this album together, but we had a little scheduling conflict, unfortunately. So you're stuck with just me, unfortunately. But yeah, we're gonna run something in the future. Weezer shouldn't sound good like this. It should be dorky white people music. Well, you can have dorky white people music and have it sound good. I don't like the insinuation that those two things are mutually exclusive. You know? Like Pinkerton is dorky white guy music, and that's a great album. You know? Blue album as well, green album as well.
Something came along and changed us. How was Nancy? You were vicious. And I'm not sure I even miss us. If I sang you a song, would you still sing along? We might as well be strangers. Something came along and changed us.
Alright, I'm gonna give this song this. I know I'm gonna be singing that part is gonna get stuck in my head. I'm not really getting what this song's about, though, I feel like. Every night's your birthday, got shows back to back. Excuse to bring a brighter, lighter, louder stack. Don't you want your songs to become clues to why we lost you? So, this is the second verse from Carly Hartzman, referring to MJ Lenderman, who left the band Wednesday, potentially. Okay, something in there. So maybe it's more of just like a song about like falling out and like kind of fractured relationships, and like the whole idea is like, oh well, after all of this beef, we might as well be strangers now, right? Yeah, we might as well be strangers. Something came along and changed us. And then I was Nancy, you were vicious. Obviously, though, that dynamic, their two relationship obviously was very problematic. Substance abuse, destruction, hedonism, right? Crazy shit like that. So that's what, Rivers is getting at with that. Okay, I get it. I got my tickets for the gathering soon. Hey, W. We're getting up to CEO now, though, which I saw you said was your favorite. So excited to react to that one. I'm kind of like the CEO of sampling if you think about it. No, it's a joke. Good scream in there. Pinkerton reference.
Something came along and changed us. I was Nancy, you were vicious. I'm not sure I even missed us. If I sang you a song, would you still sing along?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think this is the strongest chorus so far. maybe not the strongest song, because like I said, there's some stuff I don't really find particularly captivating about it. But I think honestly, getting like re-listening to it, I think this can become my favorite. It's close. It's very close, I'll say. Guitar riff is crazy in this track. Yes, I agree. But honestly, I feel like the riffs, you know, they're always pretty damn good with Weezer. I'll give it that. And yeah, I will say mixing and all that, like, you know, all the other production aspects of it, very well done. Shout out Klaus Klaus Ahlund. I said that like perfectly last time, it felt like. And then Kenneth Bloom, FK, Kenny Beats. Dude, do they just be leaking all these songs in their Discord? I swear to God, every single one of these that I read the annotation for on Genius, or the About section, every single one of them is like, this track was previewed on the Weezer Discord server. This track was previewed on the Weezer Do I gotta join the Weezer Discord server? What's going on in the Weezer Discord server? I did not know they were that locked in. Reminds you of the post-rock song? A little bit. I mean, I think for it to really be like post-rock, it'd have to be like 15 fucking minutes, but, you know, I see what you're saying. Let's move on, though, to track number 5, CEO. Another single.
Cranking out another 90s jam.
Oh my God. We're gonna get a spoken word intro.
But nobody wants to hear that.
The title of this video should be Wheezing Out Gold. That sounds kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie, but I like that could be some good clickbait, I think. Live wheezing.
Can't blame.
Here, you know what? What is the stream title currently, actually? I'm not sure. Because I'll change it to Wheezin'. Well, no, fuck, wait, I already did that for Pinkerton, though. I already made the Carl Weezer joke. Here, wait, let me see. Because I actually forget what I put. Oh, Blonde 10-year. Okay, wait, never mind. We're keeping the title how it is, because we got to talk about Blonde 10-year after this.
Really? Something special about your early shit.
Okay, wait, so I'm also, right before we start, I'm immediately guessing, right, this is going to be about, like, oh, Weezer was better back in the day. Oh, we got, you know, we fell off and are washed. Crank it out on their 90s jam. Wish I could do something new, but nobody wants to hear it. They just want the classics. You can't blame them, really. There's something special about your early shit. Yeah, so yeah, talking about, you know, previous Weezer, like, era 90s, where that, you know, they were at their most acclaimed and largest. And, you know, I do think there is something interesting about the position that the Weezer guys are in, especially, like, someone like Rivers, who has been in it since the beginning, like, all the way back before they were anything, to blowing up, having these super high highs in the 90s with Blue Album, Pinkerton, Green Album, right? To, like, semi-falling off in the early 2000s, to now being in a spot where, like, they're really just a mega unk band, right? But still a pretty dedicated fan base. So, you know, a very unique perspective to write about. As long as it doesn't come off as, like, ooh, you guys like my old music? How dare you? Ew. Like, that perspective I hate when artists do that, where they're like, oh, you just don't appreciate my new shit. It's like, yeah, well, maybe your new shit is just not as good as your old shit. That's just that's possible, right? But I think it's gonna come through with, like, a more humble kind of, like, you know, a humble perspective. We'll see, though.
Gotta grow up and be a real adult. Stop complaining and give the people what they want. Here comes the CEO. I gotta keep this rocket in the sky. You know?
Yeah, so talking about a little bit more of a perspective of, like, you know, he's saying, here comes the CEO, basically this big wig guy that wants Weezer to have all the success and is, you know, stifling their creative visions. So honestly, kind of similar to the idea of Pinkerton as well, because obviously we learned Pinkerton was supposed to be this rock opera, and I know it performed a lot worse than Blue Album because, you know, it was more of a sound that Rivers himself wanted to capture rather than, you know, the big hits of Blue Album, right? So yeah, very similar energy here 30 years later, which is pretty cool.
It's a kid from Connecticut, alone in my room playing with Tascam 688. I miss those days. I was happy, tinkering in my room, all those hours, chilling out in my cocoon. Here comes the CEO. I gotta keep this rocket in the sky. I gotta stop thinking like
Second half of the course here.
professor, 'cause it's getting me no.
Somewhat of a sidetrack of this live stream. I like how JPEG Mafia is hating his fans because fans did not like Experiment's rap. Oh yeah, I did see that. All those fucking tweets that he wrote. A little sad that I didn't get a shout. Like, you know, I'm sorry to all the sample heads out there that there weren't enough samples on the album. Like, that could be such a JPEG Mafia tweet, and then he'd call me like a white boy, you know? But, you know, it's okay. One day Peggy's he's gonna discover me, and then he's probably not gonna like what I have to say about his albums. But we're waiting on it. One day it'll happen. Connecticut mentioned, yes, W Connecticut. Shout out Connecticut, good state.
It's getting me nowhere. Here comes the CEO.
That was a great guitar solo. This is I don't know if Josh is still here with us, but yeah, this is another really strong one. I think up there among my favorites. I just really like the lyrical content, honestly. I especially like the line, I gotta stop thinking like a mad professor. You know, it was very, very funny because, you know, it talks about a little bit in the Pinkerton era where Rivers would just kind of like write tons of shit all the time and then kind of like smack them and interchange them with one another, right? So, yeah, calling himself, like, the Mad Professor is pretty fun, you know? You're asking about the same thing he did on Experimental Rap on his feature on New Denzel? Yeah. I mean, I liked that verse. It was pretty clean. Better flows than most of Experimental Rap, if I'm being real. But, you know, what you gonna do? It's Peggy. You know, the man loves to complain. I guess it's his God-given right? As it is with all of ours. But, yeah, this is a fun one. I like the lyrical content a lot. Good sound to it. I think it is a little bit slow, if I had to say something about it, but, you know, chorus is alright, too.
Keep this rocket in the sky. I gotta stop thinking like a mad professor, 'cause it's getting me nowhere. It's getting me nowhere. Here comes the founder and the CEO. Whoa!
Ha. Whoa! That was pretty good, actually.
Gotta stop thinking like a mad professor, 'cause it's getting me nowhere. It's getting me nowhere.
I agree. I also like this track, Freddie. You know, I will say, for a song that seems to be mainly referencing the Blue Album to Pinkerton era, it is a little late, but I also think that in a weird way, this being a track that came out like 30 years after those is kind of cool because it really is like just a true look back at like the past. I think, you know, honestly, I think if this came out like during like Red or like post Pinkerton, like a year after, I think it would come off as way more sour grapes than it actually does. But I think here it really is more just reminiscing and be like, damn, you know, all this shit affected me. I wish I could go and just make stuff that I want without having to worry about what the fans think, right? So yeah, cool energy. I like the lyricism, and it didn't come off as bitter or anything like that. I think it was very well done, actually. Maybe lyrics, but it is very kitschy. It has better guitar riff and lyrics. Yeah. Pretty solid amongst the tracks on here. But with that, we're already halfway through the album. Moving on to track number 6, the shortest on the album, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Hoops. Fuck that show.
Bought a toaster just to make some toast. First I had to scan a QR code.
I I really like the genius annotation here. I get what he's saying, but it's funny. Why else would you possibly buy a toaster? Because, like, yeah, that is a little, like, bought a toaster just to make some toast. No shit, what else are you going to use a toaster for? But I get what he's saying. Old man yells at cloud tech, kind of like, oh, new technology this day. Kids these days can't even use a rotary phone. I'm guessing. Here, we'll run it back. Rolling.
Bought a toaster just to make some toast. First I had to scan a QR code.
Which, that's ridiculous.
The jerk who built this hamster wheel.
There's no way there's any toasters out there where you have to scan a fucking QR code for it to work. Although maybe there's toasters where it's like app controlled now. There probably is, actually. Now that I'm describing it, that makes so much sense. We really did reach like an opus of tech, and it's only getting more and more downhill, it feels like.
I'm gonna tell 'em exactly how I feel. Jumping through hoops. Jumping through hoops.
I see. So this is more so not really a kids these days. I think talking about actually the very real thing that is happening in shitification of all of our products, because fun little lesson for you guys if you guys want to hear this. For those unaware of in shitification, the idea of it is essentially basically when a business comes out with a product, they start by making the product really good because they want to appeal to customers. They sell the product, they make a lot of money. If the product is good, people buy it, they make a lot of money. So they start with these really amazing forward-thinking products like Google. Think about like search engines like that. Google, fucking cars. I mean, even the beginning of cars, obviously cars like advanced, you know, tons of the years. But like the point is, right, this new piece of technology, it starts out really cool and really well functioning and people are all over it, makes a ton of money. Then as time progresses and brand loyalty is established, you know, a few more later models of this product, right, you get a consistent customer base. Then you start pandering to you start pandering to like the business owners. Here, I'm gonna pull it up so I don't butcher this, cause it's a really interesting topic that I think is really cool to talk about. Yeah, initially vendors create high quality offerings to attract users. Then as the product progresses and time progresses, the business owners are focused on appealing to other business owners, like business customers, right? That want to invest in the business and not the actual product. So they make the product worse, and they're able to do that because the people have such strong brand loyalty. It's like the iPhone, right? The iPhone has objectively gotten worse in so many aspects. They removed the fucking headphone jack. I remember that. They removed the home button. All these weird shit, this weird shit that you don't need to do to change and makes it worse for the sake of it. Google's another great example, using all this AI bullshit. The products are getting worse, but they're still making more money because everyone's still fucking using them because of brand loyalty. And then the product gets even shittier because then the business, they want to appeal to shareholders instead of the business holders. And they maximize short-term profits for the shareholders. So the product gets worse and worse and worse for the customer. And the businesses get more and more and more money. Hence why, you know, fuck capitalism. All right, yeah, long rant, I apologize. But yeah, it's a fun thing to talk about. I feel like in shitification, not a lot of people understand it. And it's a very undeniable aspect of our media ecosystem that is what is making all of our products actively worse year by year. So yeah, fuck the big businesses, fuck capitalism, you know, all that good stuff. Let's continue. Just went down to 0 viewers after that. No, not actually. Most well-known businesses that use AI turn bad. No, but here's the thing, right? All these businesses, we can condemn them for using AI. All these like movies or whatever, people are still buying them. At the end of the day, they don't care what you have to say about the business. If you're buying the product, that's all that matters. And hence why your dollar is the most important weapon you can use to support or not support good and bad things respectively. Or that's the idea, you know? Wait, also, wait, sorry, I completely missed this. Calvin Brodus warned us about these hoes. That's fucking Snoop Dogg. That's Snoop Dogg's name. All she ever wanted was to paint her toes. Okay, I mean, I feel like we kind of pivoted to a different topic here in verse 2. Bought an iron just to fix my clothes. Got a procedure just to fix my nose. Calvin Brodus warned us about these hoes. What the fuck happened?
Your plan ain't working, let me settle the score. I don't wanna jump through your hoops no more.
So maybe it's just a more general topic of like, hey, I don't want to deal with all the bullshit of modern, like our modern media ecosystem. And it's like, you know, I'm good where I am. I'm a normal dude. I don't like things to be complicated. This really is just the normal guy anthem. This is the Jerry Smith anthem. I watched a lot of Rick and Morty recently. Y'all can tell. Yo, if there's a music video for this song, they have to have the guys playing basketball. The Wheezies. The Weezers. You know? All 4 of the Weezers. Come on, like, that would be so funny. Could you imagine, like, Rivers dunking on Brian Wilson or some shit? I could see the video, and they're all wearing, like, sweater vests and stuff, not in basketball attire at all. Yeah, I could absolutely see some shit like this. Hoops. Good chorus, though. I like this one quite a bit. This is a pretty strong album so far. Fair play, Weezer. Oh, that sounded like, Klaas Ahlund. But yeah. Hoops, I think, was probably lyrically the most fun, up there with CEO, I think. Hitting a little bit of a lyrical stride here after the admittedly less kind of strong Shine Again. But yeah, this is definitely the point in the album where I feel like the sound is getting a little bit samey to me, and not really, I don't know, not really appealing to me necessarily. Just feels like, I mean, it is classic Weezer-like palettes, right? And I think it is mixed all very well. They haven't lost their form, I don't think, but I don't know. It's nothing like blowing my mind, I guess. Track number 7, Nowhere.
I just wanna sit with you. If the grass is green and the sky is blue, it's enough for me.
We got maybe like a little like more country influence one here, potentially.
I just wanna sit with you. If the grass is green and the sky is blue, it's enough for me. Is it enough for you? I don't wanna go nowhere.
Wow, and I looked it up. Hoops is actually the least the lowest rated on Album of the Year with a 74. It's pretty interesting because I thought that was one of the better ones, honestly.
You say that's great, I'll say that's fair, but I don't wanna go nowhere. I don't wanna go nowhere. No, I don't wanna go nowhere. You say that's great, I'll say
Sweet, man.
that's fair, but I don't wanna go. Why did they clear the trees just to put up some shitbox condos? Why did they?
Fair question.
Why did they?
I do like, I'll give it this, the change from the, you know, more 4 on the floor kind of drum pattern, and now we're kind of in like a more triplet rhythm, it seems. So like from chorus to bridge, you know, there's something interesting there in the structure. This one I feel like is such a non-starter though. I don't know. I just was not pulled in. We'll see where it's going though.
I just wanna be with you. If the snow is cold and the sky is gray, it's a lot for me. I just wanna be with you. If the snow is cold and the sky is gray, it's a lot for me. Is it a lot for you? I don't wanna go nowhere. No, I don't wanna go
Yeah, am I crazy to say? I feel like this one is so easily the least good one so far, right? Like it's just I don't know. It feels like everything on this song has already been done on this album. You know, just not a super strong chorus. Lyrics not doing much. Excuse me. Holy shit, yawn. My bad. But you know, we'll see it through. Of course, we'll see it through.
I don't wanna go nowhere. No, I don't wanna go nowhere. You say that's great, I'll say that's fair, but I don't wanna go.
What do we think in chat so far? How are we feeling about the album?
Why did they clear the trees just to put up some shitbox condos? Why did they clear the trees? Why did they clear the trees?
Alright, honestly, I will say I do like the part where the guitar does the melody of the chorus. That's fun. But again, not too much to say about this one, I feel like.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Hey, impressive singing from Rivers. I'll give it that. Holding this note is pretty tough. Pretty. I don't know why I stuttered like that. I feel like also, okay, Chad, this is gonna sound crazy. I don't know if anyone else here streams or anything like that, but or has experienced this watching other streamers. I feel like I'm developing a stutter as I stream more. It's like getting really bad. I don't know if I always had a stutter, and like ironically now I'm like speaking perfectly, but I feel like I'm like developing a stutter because I'm so I don't know, I'm trying to like stay on, think about stuff to talk about with the music, and my mouth is going faster than my brain, it feels like sometimes. I mean, you know, that's happened to me often, mouth going faster than the brain. But I don't know, especially on stream, I feel like it really exacerbates that. Shout out all like the, you know, full-time professional streamers out there that have a good stream of consciousness, because this shit is not as easy as you'd think. Sorry, not to get meta, but it just made me think of that for some reason. Yeah, the note is still going, by the way. Holy. There it goes. I like it you hear the voice crack in that, too. It's decent. I think it does not have that creativity. Felt a lot more popish, but I think guitar riffs still carry the whole album. I agree with that take. I think, you know, granted, going back to Pinkerton, it is slowly becoming my favorite Weezer project just because that darker sound I feel like really fit their style and was like such a unique pivot. And so here, I mean, the poppier sound, it's not bad, but it does remind me of like, this is absolutely up there with like some of the better Color albums, you know. Blue, I mean, probably doesn't hold a candle to Blue or Green in my opinion, but like I'd probably put it higher than Teal, definitely Black, maybe Red, maybe White even. You know, let's see how it concludes though. Getting our final few tracks here. Track number 8, The Show Must Go On. The show must go on. Can I just say, I love and hate this when a song starts where it's only in one side of the headphones. And I get it when it's a band because they're in different locations where they're recording in the studio. I get it. I get why it happens. But it's such a weird pet peeve of mine. Like, there's this one Doors song. I mean, you guys know it. Break On Through to the Other Side. It sounds, it's only in this fucking ear. And then it, like, goes to the other side. And it's so strange. But, again, that's how they record shit in stereo. I'm like, you know, it's a very big non-issue. But it just is a little pet peeve of mine.
Okay, sounds good.
I think it's fun at the same time, though. This is a nice riff, though.
Daybreak out of bed, gotta clear the fog. In the sprint event, I've been living like a dog. I ain't fit for duty, I am beat down to the ground.
And vocals are good, yeah, I agree. What is a Creedler? He said there's one Creedler out there listening to our song. I've never heard that word in my life. Is it a Creed fan? Creedler. Dude, I'm not even seeing anything. only thing I can find is Urban Dictionary, a sexual slang term used to describe someone who sticks 3 fingers up another person's ass. I don't think that's what he meant, right? Maybe.
Hey, who cares? We'll play a while. There's so much go on. Like my mother said, I gotta comb my hair. When I get out of bed, I'll put my game face on. The writing's on the wall. When hope is gone, I'm turning it on. The show must go on. Woo!
All right, and you know what? Lyrically, I like this one quite a bit, as well, because it's talking about, right, kind of despite the, again, getting to this theme of, like, artists being kind of just a product or beholden to their fans almost, where it's like, hey, you know what? You may be going through all this personal stuff or, you know, stuff's going wrong in your life and you might not be able to perform, but you gotta do it for the fans. The show must go on. And I like, it's like the classic, you know, Van Gogh-ism, where it's a happy palette and a happy kind of exterior with, you know, deeper, more personal, sad lyrics on the inside, right? What in the... Yeah, there's no way that's what he meant when he said Creedler. I've never heard that word in my life, but there's no way. Maybe it is, but any Weezer fans, if Rivers Cuomo has said the word Creedler before, I'm getting a little nervous, because low-key it sounds like it could be a slur.
Carl Drake hit the cat, Scott stubbed his toe. Brian had his heart broken, couldn't let her go. The
Ha!
world's out to
Jesus Christ. I shouldn't... Well, okay, so Carl drank medicine to make you puke rapidly. I did not even hear Ipecac? Is that how you say it? Ipecac? Like, hey ya. Yeah, hey ya's a good example. Y'all don't want to hear me, y'all just want to dance. Scott stubbed his toe. Brian had his heart broken. And then, this is so fucked, but the Genius annotation just says by minors. Because, okay, and I did hear about this, so apparently, I mean, should be addressed, but there was, I mean, some brief allegations regarding Brian Wilson. I believe maybe being a little sexually exploitative with fans and even potentially minors, but as far as I'm aware, none of that has any evidence. So, I mean, the allegations out there, I feel like it should be addressed. But yeah, nothing I believe has been confirmed as far as we know. And it should be worth noting that this annotation, this is by minors, also has -2 dislikes. So it seems like it's still a pretty hot topic, I guess, amongst the Weezer community. But that did make me laugh a little bit, just kind of the whiplash of that.
get us and we're out to get the world. This is big time football. In case you hadn't heard, call it fate, call it denial. Hey, who cares?
Denial. Why did he say it like that?
The show must go on. Like your mother said, you gotta comb your hair when you get out of bed. So put your game face on. The writing's on the wall. When hope is gone, we're turning it on and on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on.
Ooh. Very nice guitar there. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say actually, this riff, it says in the about section, but yeah, Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin is a very similar riff here. I don't think that's where I was getting the idea from, but you know, that's something, I guess. I did say that it sounded familiar to something. Maybe somewhere deep in my brain I was thinking about Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
The show must go on. Like my father said, you gotta pray to God when you go into bed. So put your game face on. The writing's on the wall. When hope is gone, we're turning it on and on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on. The show must go on.
Good riff, really good riff. Oh, okay. We're not even at the end. It sounds like we're at the end, but we've got like 30 seconds left. What's going on here? Interesting. Like a little haunting outro here. Weird fit, but I kind of like it. I think that's pretty cool. Cool, interesting way to end it. Yeah, that went from, honestly, in the beginning, one of my, like, okay, this is kind of middle of the road, to one of my favorites. Good pick-me-up after the admittedly very boring Nowhere. But, yeah, good lyricism again, like the lyrical themes here. That part in verse 2 is pretty funny, where he references all the band members and, like, stuff that happened. While, you know, their fans are still, you know, demanding the show must go on. But, yeah, maybe a little bit of a tired subject from, you know, a musician being like, oh, you know, I'm beholden to my fans. I have to do all this stuff for my fans, and I feel personally, you know, not fulfilled. But I think it was approached in a pretty decent way. Let's get to track number 9, though. Penultimate song, Up in the Clouds. Probably the sad one on the album, if I had to guess. Just bought this intro.
Every animal pass away. It doesn't matter how hard you pray. We are becoming the ether over the earth. Whoa. So tell me what should I do with you? I need someone I can live.
Alright, is this not gonna... Alright, hold up. I have a crazy take here, if that's alright. I feel like I would like to hear, not because it would be good, but I would like to hear this, MGK on a Weezer song. Hear me out. That like little whoa made me think of MGK immediately, and now I want to hear MGK on a Weezer song because I think that would be so fucking funny. Rivers, actually, you probably shouldn't do that. MGK is kind of a bad guy, but Rivers, if you're listening, hear me out. Feel like that's not a bad idea. Might not be good, but it'll be interesting. That'll be something. Damn, I'm literally doing the thing that they complained about in the last track, where they're like, oh, we want to do stuff that personally fulfills us, not be beholden to our fans. And I'm literally being like, well, you should make this funny song, because I would like it. Dude, that's actually painfully ironic.
Listen to somebody who can remind me what I'm worth. Whoa.
Whoa.
Everybody, can you tell me what you're still doing down there?
Yeah, what a pair. I feel like it would work. Do you think there will be any artist that can replace Frank Ocean? Freddie Gibbs, that is a great question, and I'm going to pivot real quick because I've been thinking about this recently, especially with the 10 Year of Blonde. I feel like my pick, and I'm not saying this will happen because it very much won't, but after listening to the new Steve Lacy album, which I will admit has grown off me the slightest bit, I didn't think it's as strong as when I first reviewed it. I don't think it's album of the year, personally. I think there's some flaws in there, you know. But, however, big buts, The Feeling, that song, genuinely, I feel like it's currently front runner for favorite song of the year. And that song, I think, proves to me that if Steve Lacy locks the fuck in, which I think he's more than capable of, he's a very young guy, right? If he locks the fuck in, I think he can be the next Frank Ocean. I think he can take the crown. Very similar lyrical themes, you know, drug use, love, sex, all that stuff, right? SZA is up there as well, but I feel like SZA is a pretty, you know, established artist at this point that is already hit her relative musical peak, I would say. And even then, I feel like SZA and Frank Ocean, a lot of their music is similar in certain ways, but there's enough cognitive differences. Steve Lacy, on the other hand, I feel like is straight out of the Frank Ocean playbook, and I feel like if he locks the fuck in, gets some good production, really nice melodies, next album, I feel like is going to be a classic, the classic, you know, that I thought, oh yeah, it was going to be, which... You know, it very well could be, but I feel like it's aging a little bit worse than when I originally reviewed it. But I'm going to say Steve Lacy could be the next Frank Ocean. Not that he will be the next Frank Ocean, but I think that he could. That's my pick.
I'm really sorry.
Back to Weezer. What a pivot.
My head is up in the clouds today.
Who's this background vocalist? I'm not sure. I think it's, who does, here, I'm gonna look it up. Who does background vocals? Weezer. Not Expectations by Olivia Rodrigo. Brian Bell. Most likely Brian Bell.
My head is in the clouds today.
Okay, now I have the hiccups for some reason. L hiccups.
Getting lost in the stratosphere.
Wait, hold on. Also, I'm so sorry. I just want to do this real quick. Because I think this is the first time I'm doing it on stream, and I think it's going to be funny. But I want to, like, I feel like I'm off-center. So I'm going to just scoot, and then... Yeah, look at that. Grid lines. Now we're centered up. Look at that. That's so much better.
while everybody is fake sincere and telling me to sign on the dotted line. Whoa.
Whoa. So I can't stop doing this. Whoa. It's so funny. Also, I feel like this song doesn't have too much going for it, if I'm being honest. It's like the sad one, but it just feels kind of low energy. I think, honestly, SZA and Frank are like musical siblings more than anything. That is a great way of putting it, I think. Because also, yeah, I mean, they're around the same age. I don't think SZA could be like the next Frank Ocean, because she's already like, you know, well established and Frank Ocean's age. Like, Steve Lacy is like a decade younger, you know? He's got tons of time to perfect his craft. Dang, haven't listened to Weezer since their 2021 album. Low-key didn't even know they dropped this until I saw your stream I recommended. Yeah, no, this has been pretty hyped, this Gold album. I mean, this is the first colored Weezer album. Probably shouldn't word it like that. This is the first Weezer album named after a color. That since the Black Album, right? Which came all the way back in 2019. So, yeah, big moment here. And I feel like this is a decent return to form, all things considered.
Turbulence, letting go is my greatest strength. Giving up and dissolving in the night. Whoa. Everybody, can you tell me what you're still doing down there? My head is up in the clouds today. I'm really sorry. Can you tell me what you're still doing down there?
I'll give it this. Song's gotten a lot better now that the drums have been incorporated in, like, properly, you know? Or, wait, am I mistaken? Hold up. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I don't know why I thought the drums did come in for a second. They didn't. Ignore all that. I was just skimming through. Whoa! Yo, this is really bad. This might be my next vocal stim. Whoa! Because it just reminds me of NGK for some reason.
I used to cling like gravity, but now I'm lighter than you'll ever be. I used to cling like gravity, but now I'm buzzing like a honeybee. A honeybee.
Alright, this is not, you know, the best metaphor or simile to repeating, I don't think. Like, I mean, yeah, that was pretty, you know, just whatever lyrics. I used to cling like gravity. Now I'm buzzing like a honeybee. Now I'm buzzing like a bumblebee. That felt like just pure filler in there.
I thought that you were a perfect fit, but everything must come to an end.
They just sounded, excuse me. This definitely sounds similar so far. This definitely sounds similar so far to their single they dropped in 2021. All my favorite songs. Have only really heard Weezer's big songs. Haven't gone through a single one of their albums yet. I have actually not heard all my favorite songs, so I cannot speak to that. But I will tell you this. This definitely sounds like Blue Album, Green Album, even a little bit of Red Album in there, but like a modern version of it, you know? So if you enjoy this relatively, definitely go back, check those albums out. Also check out Pinkerton. This does not sound like Pinkerton, but Pinkerton is probably their best work. They kind of incorporate a little bit of a darker sound to it. So yeah, that would be my rec.
Until I thought my heart would break.
This part reminded me of the You Know Miles song, Honey Bun. Does he have a song called Honey Bun? Oh, he does. A little long for me, I think, kind of dragging at this point. Were you rushing or were you dragging? Maybe he's just really high and that's why he's up in the clouds. But yeah, you know, as for like the quote-unquote sad song of the bunch, I don't know, it felt very, not really enough lyricism in there that keep me too hooked. And I don't know, again, I feel like lyricism is the thing I'm coming back to a lot for Weezer tracks for the most part because, you know, a lot of their sounds just sound a lot of their songs, excuse me, a lot of their songs sound very similar, right? They have a very, formula, very strict formula, relatively speaking, for band stuff. But like that formula is just something that I'm not the biggest fan of inherently. Like I don't just love the sound of Weezer. So the tracks that are the best for me are the ones that, really go into it with certain lyrical themes and, fun stuff like that. Not quite my temp. Yes, yes. Dude, I feel like I gotta rewatch that movie, man. Shout out Whiplash. Anyways, track number 10, final track on this album. I actually, real quick, want to check what are the scores here. So we got 86 for this last track, one of the highest rated. Let's see what we got. The LA Sound. Do you think Steve Lacy could do a blonde, especially... Sorry, wait, not to... I like this question, not to pause so fast, but I'll read this out. Do you think Steve Lacy could do a blonde, especially with the concepts and many people having different ideas what album meaning? I don't think... So, like, I don't think Steve Lacy... But here's the thing. I don't want to, like, dampen his, musical potential or anything, but I don't see a world in which Steve Lacy makes an album that's better than Blonde. But granted, Blonde is probably still my favorite album ever, so... Most other artists have not made an album that's better than Blonde, in my opinion. So that's not saying anything, but I don't think it's we should look at it like, oh, he can make the next Blonde, right? I think it's more a conversation about can he make his own album that has as much cultural impact and quality as a Blonde? Because, it takes a certain caliber of artist to have an album that we are talking about 10 fucking years later. That, especially an artist that didn't release an album within those 10 years. Another album, I mean. That goes to show the true, like, cultural impact and staying power of a Blonde. The fact that we are still talking about it, and there hasn't been a single album since, from Frank, and he's still a massively popular artist. If anything, he's gotten bigger, which is crazy to say. Anyways, back to Weezer. Final track. We'll talk about all this once we finish this one out.
The guys, tell them all that we're on. This is the moment of truth.
I like this little soft guitar lick here.
Smells like piss.
Alright, well that was a bit of a pivot. I was not thinking this was going to be a song about the club. Also, I have to point out, mentioning piss when your album is gold, kind of similar to the color of piss. It's a little funny. It's a little funny.
3 flights of stairs, but such is the folly of youth. Yeah, we came to melt your face. We're gonna torch this place. We're gonna take you down. This is the LA Sound.
So wait, is the whole idea of the song they're playing for the club? Like these old ass dudes stepping into the club and complaining about how many stairs there are? Oh, my leg. Well, no, to be fair, Rivers does have the condition where one of his legs was shorter than the other, so... Yeah, maybe stairs are a big problem for him. I believe he got it fixed, though. Yeah, sorry, I mean, that's an unfortunate situation. Hope he's doing better and, having a nice, strong walking pace. Yeah, personally find their slower songs like these to be super boring and sappy sounding. I'm more into their harder, punchier bangers like Buddy Holly, Troublemaker, Hash Pipe, etc. Shout out to Hash Pipe. That's a great opener. Right? That's the opener to Red Album, I think? Yeah. But yeah, great song. All good songs there. Shout out. But I think I'm inclined to agree with you. There's that one closer, Butterfly, off of Pinkerton. I think that's one of their best, like, slower songs. I'll give it that. And I do like the sound of this one being a little bit softer. Green Album. Oh, yeah, Green Album. My mistake. You're right. Troublemaker's the opener of the Red Album. Yeah, I mixed them up. You're right. Shut up, Pork and Beans as well. Man, you should listen to the Teal album because it has a dumbass cover. Oh, I've listened to the Teal album. I have. It's all covers. Every single song is a cover. And I will say with the Teal album, the cover that they do of what is it? Oh my god. No Scrubs. Genuinely kind of really good. I actually really like that cover quite a bit. A scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly. It's so funny hearing fucking Rivers Cuomo sing that song. And Take On Me, that one's pretty rough. Africa's also pretty rough. This is a good closer though, I'm liking this. What? Again with the woes, man. Woe is me. Cool descending guitar line there. I like that. That was me shredding. Also, holy shit, guitar solo. Why are we, like, popping off? This is, like, way better than the other ones. What the fuck? And the other ones weren't even bad, but this one's nasty, man. I'm liking this a lot. Good closer. Shout out. Oh, fuck. Wait, sorry. I accidentally opened the previews. Oh, this one too. I think it strikes a nice middle ground for me between slower speed and harsher sounds. It's a nice mid-tempo. I said mid-tempo. You know what it is? I need to fucking stop doing this. Sorry, I'm gonna crash out a little bit, but when I listen to a song and I read a chat message and I'm hearing the song while I'm speaking and I just can't fucking speak because I can't hear myself talk. You know what I mean? And that's not, no one in chat, that's not your fault. I need to consciously pause the song more when I want to read a chat message. I like this one too. I think it strikes a nice middle ground for me between slower speed and harsher sounds. It's a nice mid-tempo banger. I agree. A mid-tempo thumper. Anyone from LA in chat, is this truly the LA sound? I've never been, so I can't speak to it. Is that a Mellotron in there? That sounds like a Mellotron. It's a pretty cool way to end us off. This is in fact it. Shout out the Strokes as well. Or no, that's Is This It, right? Or no, wait, is the Strokes album called This Is It or Is This It? No, it is This Is It. No, it's Is This It? Wait, what the fuck? No. Fuck. I'm mixing up This Is Happening LCD Sound System. Yeah, it is This It? Not This Is It. Unrelated. But, okay. That was the final track. Strong closer, like I said. Rocking guitar riff. Lyrics, I mean, not too much, just talking about the LA sound. You're not from LA, I'm surprised. You thought I was from LA? For real? No, I'm not, no. Never been to Cali. One day, though, I'll be in LA. No. New Jersey, baby, born and raised. Throw the NJs up. Straight out of Jersey. Best state in the goddamn US of A. I don't care that it's messy and ugly as shit. You just only been to Newark if you're saying that. But yeah, okay. As for this whole album, let's go to the album of the year here. Let me actually pull it. There we go. Yeah, I would probably go in the 6 or 7 range. 6, 7, haha, funny. But, you look like you're from LA. Really? I mean, I guess I have long blonde hair, but I mean, I don't know. Not from LA, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm certainly not tan enough for LA. But yeah, okay. This whole album, yeah, good return to form for Weezer. Absolutely. And it is a little weird hearing this album right after, like, Pinkerton, you know, in my Weezer listening experience. But I have to remind myself that Pinkerton came out, like, 30 fucking years ago. And this album came out today. So obviously it's not as good as like their old classics. That's, that's inevitable, I think, at this point in their careers. But as for an album on its own, way better than Red, maybe not Red, way better than Black Album, way better than Teal Album, way better than fucking, I'm sure, I mean, I haven't heard like their Seasons EP, so I can't speak to that, but like ratings wise, seems like people are liking it a lot more. Seems like, yeah, a pretty strong, good return to form for the Weezer guys, good lyricism, relatively speaking, catchy choruses and moments, some lulls for sure, but again, that comes down to, I think, more just me not being a massive fan of Weezer's sound, the LA sound, so to speak, but, there was some stuff on here I could definitely see myself replaying, and, yeah, they are really still in good form here, which is impressive for a band that's been going as long as they have, Up there with, like, Deftones, fucking Metallica, all these old-ass bands that are still pushing. It's impressive stuff, man, Because think about how different these guys must have been. Granted, I know there's been some different lineups, but, like, some of the guys that have been in this band for, like, 30 fucking years. Think about how different their lives must have been, like, from Blue Album to this album, That often leads, and changes in your life, obviously, they make massive differences to the music you produce. Honestly, I can see in New Jersey, are you the Jersey Devil? I am North Jersey, I will say that. So I've not had an encounter with the Jersey Devil yet, and I am not the Jersey Devil, unfortunately. You look Canadian in your older vids, not gonna lie. I mean, what about it? I mean, pale, pale, maybe brown hair, and headbands. I wore some headbands in some of my older videos. I don't really see it myself personally, but I'm biased. Yeah, shout out NJ. You should listen to Dalek there from NJ. I'm not heard. Let me pull it up. Dalek, is that how you pronounce it? Oh, interesting. From the filthy tongue of gods and griots. Cool. Okay, I'll put this in my listen to. Seems cool. But hey, again, reminder. Any of y'all in chat, reminder for this. The goal did end, but if you guys donate, I'm gonna be doing it from now on for all these streams. But if you donate $2 or more, any song, as long as it's 10 minutes or under, I will react to it. That's gonna be like a general thing for the streams now. So yeah, if you're dying for me to listen to one, $2, send some shit in, I'll give it a listen, But okay, concluding with Weezer now. Let us get to the 10-year anniversary of, still, like I said, probably my favorite album of all time. We're not going to do a full react because this album's a fucking hour. I'm just going to pick a song that I want to react to, I think. And we're just going to talk about Blonde a little bit and, the impact that this album had on my life and my, I guess, quote-unquote streaming career, right? So let me real quick, want to pull it up on Album of the Year here. Any predictions on what we think Blonde is sitting on Album of the Year? Because I actually don't remember. I'm going to say, 2016, one of the best albums ever made. People love Frank Ocean. I'm going to say 91. I'm going to say it's sitting at a 91. All right, there she is. 89. Okay, a little lower than I thought. I honestly thought this would have the 90, but I feel like recently albums definitely have been getting lower rated. 87 Critic is crazy. 89 User, yeah. I mean, and again, this is a 10 for me. This is one of my 10 out of 10 albums. So like, I'd be giving this shit a 10. But like, man, this fucking track list is so goddamn stacked. 10 out of 10 song Nikes. 10 out of 10 song Ivy. Damn near an 11 out of 10. Pink and White, 10 out of 10. Be Yourself, that's a skit, it's fine. Solo, damn near 11 out of 10. Skyline 2, low-key also a 10. Self-Control, actually a fucking 11 out of 10. Good Guy, kind of a skit, also a great song. Nights, 10 out of 10. Solo Reprise, great Andre 3000 performance. Not my favorite, probably a 9 out of 10. Pretty Sweet, also probably a 9 out of 10. But again, kind of a, weird little interesting thing. Facebook Story, also a skit. Close to You, also kind of a skit. Also pretty good though. White Ferrari, 10 out of 10. Stick Free, 10 out of 10. Godspeed, 10 out of 10. Future of Free, kind of a 10 out of 10 if it didn't have the long ass skit at the end. This album is so goddamn consistent. It's insane. Lyricism, so on fucking point. There's so many great discussions and breakdowns of this album lyrically. Loki, I think my magnum opus would be a full album breakdown of this. Like just talking about every track, what it's about. It's been done to death, but I feel like that would low-key be my magnum opus. But this album is just so fucking peak. I love it so much, and it makes me sad that it came out 10 goddamn years ago at this point, man. Frank, we just need one more. Just one more. Just drop a song, man. I'm going full screen for this shit. I don't even care. Frank, if you're watching this, you're not fucking watching this, but if you are, one song is all we're asking for, man. One song, please. Maybe an album, but I just want to see that he's doing okay and still making peak, you know? It's like 0.1 points away from a 90. I think it went down a bit. Yeah, that makes sense. Album was good, but not crazy about it. I think I've only listened to it once. Yeah, and I understand there are some polarizing opinions about Blonde. It is a very slow, it takes its time a lot. You know, you really have to get into the world, but I think once you're in there, it really is just, a perfect piece of music, I think. Just gorgeous vocals from Frank Ocean, some of his best vocal performances ever. The production is so intimate and just beautiful and devastating in moments. He really, he hit the nail on the head with the style, and such a switch up from Channel Orange too, while still being so fucking good. Because Channel Orange, I also love Channel Orange. Amazing album in its own right. Probably a 9 out of 10 for me, honestly. But Blonde is just, oh my god. It's so fucking good. You should do a Channel Orange breakdown. I could do that one as well. I feel like it would make a little bit less sense, though, considering, Blonde is my favorite. Want to listen to Nostalgia Ultra first? Yes, go listen to Nostalgia Ultra. Also a great mixtape. I will say, honestly, I might do this. I don't know. I haven't thought about this, but low-key, maybe an Endless reaction could be fun. Because I actually have never listened to Endless in full. Because, just not on Spotify. When it came out, I wasn't really into music like that, so I never went back. Probably should. I've listened to, Higgs, fucking Unity, or UNITY. Those are all great tracks. Never listened to any Frank Ocean before. I'm more of a trap geek. I fuck with Young Thug and Future stuff. Really got to branch out more lately. Do similar albums like these, I guess, from Tame Impala. Yeah, Blocks. I would absolutely recommend branch out, There's that famous statistic. I don't know how true it is, but, people say, your music taste naturally stops expanding after you turn, 25. And so, as someone who's still under 25, I want to try to listen to as much new stuff as I can, right? Yeah, Endless is a visual album. 1 out of 10 for Blonde, because why isn't the hair in the cover blonde? Great question. I think the idea is his hair is green from, chlorine, right? He was in the pool. Or I think he might have just had green hair at the time, but he talks about it a little bit in the album where he, you cut your hair, you used to live a blonded life. And also the idea is, blonde is, this idea of childhood innocence, back when your hair was blonde, back when we were young as kids. And the album tells a semi-functioning narrative of, this young fling that Frank Ocean as, a young child had. And that's the whole idea of the pitched up vocals as well, where it's hey, the vocals are pitched up meant to represent, this childhood innocence. A great example of this being the track that No, you know what? Fuck it. We've got time. It's not even 3 yet. I'm going to listen to a few tracks on this album. We're going to do Ivy, then we're going to do Solo, and then we're going to do Self-Control, I think. And then, do we do White Ferrari in there? Oh, I don't know. Do we do White Ferrari? What do we think, chat? Because I don't want to take too long, but we're only at an hour and a half stream. All right, I'll tell you what. We're going to do Ivy, Solo, Self-Control. This is the fucking problem. There's too many goddamn good-ass songs on this album. I don't even know which ones to pick. I could literally listen to this whole album again if I wanted to. Thanks for the advice, man. Just turned 16 in April, so I've still got a lot of time left in the tank to discover more music. Oh, yeah, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I was 16, I was, literally exclusively listening to, Eminem, J. Cole, and, Logic. I'm not even joking. And it took me until I was, 18 to get out of that phase. You've got all the time in the world. White Mercedes. Shout out Red Mercedes by Amine. Good song as well. Fuck, man. I don't know which one's to pick. Shuffle it? Okay, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. We'll do Shuffle. Oh, wait, I accidentally hit a Weezer song. We're going to do Shuffle, but if it's a skit song, I'm going to skip it. All right. Let's see what we get. Any predictions, chat, on the song that we're going to get? I'm just going to click Shuffle, and then we'll see what we're in for. I might skip it if it's, one of the less, more skit type of songs. But, yeah, what are we predicting? Any predictions? I'm going to say, I mean, it's pure random chance, but, I don't know. I think we're going to get Nights. That's my prediction. Chris, I think the Channel Orange was made during Prime Odd Future. Yeah, no, I mean, this was, back when Frank Ocean was, more of a rapper, if anything. I mean, I know he had stuff like Novocaine, Swim Good, all that, but, I don't know. It feels weird that album came out so early, man. Would have loved a Tyler feature on the main track list. I know Golden Girl, he's on it, but main track list, I feel like a Tyler feature would have been incredible. Especially with Earl on the album. Godspeed, Nikes. Okay. Let's see what we're in for. Blonde Frank Ocean. Let's go.
I was just telling that I got this girl
Of course,
before.
it was fucking Facebook story. All right, like I said, this is one of the skit ones. I'm gonna skip it. What do we got next? Siegfried. Oh, can I give a little hot take, guys? I think Siegfried is low key maybe my least favorite of the. Yeah, I know it's spelt wrong, but dude, I want to listen to like Self Control or Solo though. I fucking know. No Siegfried. Fuck you, Siegfried. I still love you, but we gotta listen to one of my absolute favorites. Solo reprise. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing Solo because the Solo reprise came on. We're doing Solo.
Hand me a towel, I'm dirty dancing by myself, gone off tabs of that acid for me a circle.
You did get it
watch my
right. Fair
jacket.
enough. Good shit.
Might lose my jacket
But
and hit a solo one time. We too loud in public, them police turned down a function. Now we outside and the time is perfect. Forgot to tell you, gotta tell you how much I vibe with you. And we don't gotta be solo.
the amount of times that I've sang this song just randomly in the car is diabolical. It's so goddamn catchy, and just the way he like glides over this beautiful organ is just mwah. And the way he flips the word solo and like, you know, roll, we're gonna get to it, but like smoking big, rolling solo, and then from verse 1 to verse 2 where it's like, you know, the transition from, you know, being with this woman and like kind of trying to flirt, and then talking about how he's now alone, but all this weed that he brought, you know, brought trees to blow through, but it's just me and no you. It's just, oh man. I really like Future Solo, so this could be interesting. Yes, this is actually a fun fact. So this is one of the first ever shorts I did where it's like songs with the same name, which is better, which honestly, this will probably be in the conversation because this is one of the best examples. Solo by Future versus Solo by Frank Ocean. Both amazing songs in their own right. Solo by Future is one of his best like slow crooning songs, right? But this song's another level in my opinion.
Now stay away from highways, my eyes like them red lights. Right now I prefer yellow, red bone, so mellow, fuck around, be cutting you. Think we were better off solo.
That like bird chirp too, I think that's a sample.
Right in the windy city that night. No.
Alright, no, that's gotta be a rage bait take, right? That's gotta be it. There's no way. You think the Camila Cabello album is better than Blonde? The Camila Cabello album, where may I remind everyone that she just ripped off Charlie XCX and got a Drake feature in the middle of the Kendrick beef. She was like, oh yeah, you know who would fit on this album? The guy that recently the whole world was calling a pedophile. That's who I want on my album. Also, that features dog shit by Drake. I will say I love it, a little underrated. I feel like it's kind of gets too hated. It's weird, but it's kind of cool. And I think Cardi floats on it. And honestly, kind of, I heard some people like kind of rediscovering that album and kind of appreciating it a little bit more, but I don't know, man. It just feels like, you know, I'm going to say the tired phrase, but it feels a little bit like reheated nachos, you know? You know, but you're entitled to your opinion. I respectfully disagree. If that is true. But it seemed like that is a take that I think is genuinely rage bait, but if you do genuinely believe it, you're well entitled to, you know, shout out. Brad is overrated in my opinion. Hendrix as a whole has some tracks that have grown on me. Certainly like the album more. Solo for me is definitely the favorite off there. No, she didn't rip off Charlie. She ripped off Rosalia. I think she ripped off both, low-key. I think she ripped off both. Shout out Rosalia, though, as well. Let's get to you with Frank Ocean, though.
Trees to blow through, but blow me, and I owe you 2 grams when the sunrise. Smoking good, rolling solo. Solo.
Also, for anyone that has not heard the song, just wait till we get to the chorus. Shit's gonna blow your mind.
Solo. 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 It's hell on earth and the city's on fire. In hell, there's heaven. There's a bull in a matador dueling in the sky. In hell, there's heaven.
Just kidding, but see, XOXO is such a fun album to talk about. It's such a delicious flop, but has some good songs on there. Yeah, I think that's what I agree with you there. It's a very interesting album for sure. Very interesting, and it was fun to talk about when it was going around. Kind of wish I was streaming back then, because I definitely would have reacted to it, and we would have had some fun memes in stream for sure. I love it, 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 I love it. Like, what was she cooking, bro? And then Cardi's verse, like, I kind of fuck with it, though. It's, like, weird. It's hypnotizing, but cool.
Ooh, solo.
Isn't that chorus so fucking good, though? Inhale, in hell, there's heaven. Like, bro.
I'm skipping showers and switching socks, sleeping good and long, bones feeling dense as fuck. Wish a nigga would cross and catch a solo. On time.
Wish a guy would cross, yep.
White leaf on my boxers, green leaf.
Pitbull symbol goes hard, argue with the wall. That's fair.
That mean cheap, cause ain't shit free, and I know it. Even love ain't, cause it's not cost. That clinic killed my soul. But you gotta hit the pussy roto.
And you know, I just want to point out with this song, it's so weird. Also, can I just say, it's so weird, like, analyzing this for stream, because this, like, I only experienced this music before this, just listening to it and, like, crying. But, like, I especially so much, I love, it's so quaint, but, like, and relatively, like, it's not crazy. Like, the production doesn't stand out, but it just fits so well. It's like a blanket wrapping around you, you know? Like, oh. What a production feat, man. This organ in here is just so sexy.
Just all she want is a picket fence and you protest and you pick a sign, but them courts won't side with you. Won't let you fly solo. Yeah. I wanted that act right in Colorado that night. I brought trees to blow through, but it's just me and no you.
Stayed up till my phone died.
Smoking big, rolling.
And yet, the way he flips it, sorry, I switched it so fast, but it goes from, I got that act right in the Windy City that night, no trees to blow through, or wait, no, fuck, hold up. It's, no, excuse me. It starts from verse 1, it goes, I got that act right in the Windy City that night, no trees to blow through, but blow me and I'll owe you 2 grams from the sunrise, smoking good rolling solo, obviously with this woman, you know, talking about the past. And then we've got, in the second verse, I wanted that act right in Colorado that night. I brought trees to blow through, but it's just me and no you. Stayed up till my phone died, smoking big, rolling solo. Like, reframing this new memory without this person, maybe being better off solo. It's so fucking good. This album is so fucking good. I can't. Also, this random, have you heard the new Troye Sivan track? It's pretty good. I've not heard the new Troye Sivan. I did see that, though. Next stream, we'll cover it. We're probably going to do, like, a little random single segment, because there's also that new Rex Orange County and Daniel Caesar in there that I want to react to. Honestly, super similar to Future Solo, just a lot of super catchy melodies over a pretty sparse but atmospheric beat. Prod really leaves a lot of space for Frank's singing too. Yeah, and that's what I especially love about Blonde in general. It's so minimal, but the instrumentation is still so lush and gorgeous in so many sections, and it really brings the best out of Frank Ocean, who is a phenomenal singer, right? One of the best singers of the modern era, I think, undeniably. Like, this chorus is like, oh my god, bro. Just wait till we get to Ivy, man. And then the background vocals too. I'm doing the background vocals now.
By myself.
And again, granted, I know there were 4 years in between it, but it blows my mind how we went from like tracks like Super Rich Kids and like fucking Sweet Life, and even, you know, some of the more sad songs like Pink Matter or Bad Religion, how we went from that to like something like this. It's such a sonic switch up, but it works so fucking well. It's crazy, man. Because you gotta remember, before Blonde came out, people thought of Frank Ocean as like the swim good, you know, fun, like bright, bubbly R&B guy. You know, there were hints of like sadness in there with like stuff like Forrest Gump, but you know, we thought of him as this more like playful, almost kind of like how people see Steve Lacy, I feel like. But then Then this album comes out, and now he's like the sad boy forever, you know? Just because this album's such a fucking classic. Haunting ending too, man. What a fucking song, man. What a song. Probably my second favorite. Did he make Crack Rock? Yes, he did make Crack Rock, which, fun fact, the drums in that are, we talked about this with the JPEG Mafia sample breakdown, but the drums in Crack Rock are from a Jimi Hendrix song, which are also used in The Ghost of Emmett Till by JPEG Mafia, off Experimental Rap. Fun little sample thing in there. I'm a sad boy, yeah, I mean, that was kind of what the whole song's about. A little simplistic, but yeah. Reminds me of 21 Pilots quite a bit too, what you said there. Hints of depressing themes in some album, but then they really took it to the next level with their one album, Trench. Not listened to Trench yet. I've heard Trench is like their first really good album. I will say I did like Breach. Breach was pretty strong. Or not Breach, Clancy, right? That's the new one? Clancy? Yeah. Or no, am I fucking it up? Is Breach the new 21 Pilots or is Clancy? It's Breach. It's Breach, not Clancy. Clancy's the one before Breach. Yeah. Anyways, next up, we're gonna do Ivy. Oh, by the way, Alex G on guitar. By the way. Also, by the way, Self-Control, our next song, I think also Alex G on the guitar. The fucking GOAT, Alex G. You're about to hear it too. This guitar tone is one of the, like, this is not even no bit. This is one of the best guitar performances I've ever heard. It's so perfect. The tone of it is just, it's so good, bro. It's so good. Also, you notice the pitched up vocals a little bit to get that more boyish tone. And again, not to pause so quick, but this line is so sad, man. I thought that I was dreaming when you said you love me. The start of nothing. I had no chance to prepare. I couldn't see you coming. And then the start of nothing again. Like, talking about, you know, this relationship where it's like, yeah, I thought I was dreaming when you said you loved me the first time. Like, this beautiful, like, young love blossoming, and then, you know, looking back on it with, you know, proper context now that the relationship's over, saying the start of nothing, because it would ultimately lead to them breaking up. It's just, it's so sad. And look, I know I sound like I'm glazing. I am glazing. I'm admittedly glazing, but, like, you gotta understand, this album for me, this is an important album in my life, man, you know? Like, this is one of those albums where I heard for the first time, and I was like, wow, music can be this good, you know? So it's always gonna have a special place in my heart. Alex G producing the soundtrack for the upcoming movie Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miyasama, which I'm very excited for. I did not hear about this either, but yeah, pretty cool. Personally thought Clancy wasn't good. I think the effects in Tyler's voice on a lot of tracks were cringe. I've kind of grown out of the band, sort of how my dad grew up with Green Day. Yeah, some nice intergenerational relationships with bands. Your 21 Pilots is his Green Day. To be fair, though, Green Day just started making shit music, so I think he's a little bit more valid.
If I could see through walls, I could see you faking. If you could see my thoughts, you would see your faces. Safe in my rental, like an army truck back then. We didn't give a fuck.
Miasma? Miasma? Oh, it might be miasma.
We'll never be those kids again. We tried to sit, had the X6 back then.
Also, wait, I just realized, this could be wrong, granted, I'm looking at the Spotify lyrics right now, and those are always fucking wrong, but does he say we drive to Sid's in here? Let me see. As in Sid, the other member of Odd Future? Oh, he does, yeah. Sick. I did not realize there's a Sid reference in here. See, I'm learning new shit about this album even now, 10 years on.
Back then, no matter what I did, my waves wouldn't dip back then. Everything sucked back then, we were friends. I thought that I was dreaming when you said you loved me.
Do you guys see what I mean, too, with this guitar? Like, the tone of this guitar is so fucking devastating, man.
Nothing, I had no chance to prepare.
Holy shit, the singing is pure aura. You were right. This is really nice. You got me checking Frank's albums. That's good. Hey, that's good. I told you I would not describe it as aura, but I would describe it as very, very good singing. Devastating as well. Like, just what a... And just wait. We haven't even gotten to, like, the emotional climax.
Ooh, I could hate you now. It's quite alright to hate me now. But we both know that deep down, the feeling still deep down is good. In the halls of your hotel, arm around my shoulder so I can tell how much I meant to you, meant to sincere back then. We had time to keep.
Would you go gay for this album? What do you mean by like, would I do something gay for this album? Or are you saying am I sexually attracted to the album and we're assuming that the album is male? I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit on that. But the answer is not strictly no, if you elaborate.
Here no more. We'll never be those kids again. It's not the same. I've reason to go. Don't you remember?
I'm gonna say straightforward cameras disrespect my current values. That's fair.
Broke your heart like
I mean, I will say this is a very gay album. I mean, there's that. I don't know if I would go gay for it. I quite frankly, I don't really know what you mean by go gay for it. Like, would this album make me gay? If this album was a guy. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is also assuming I would be single, right? Because I do have a partner, you know, so I would not cheat on my partner for this album. But if I was single and this album was a dude, we'd be having some conversations.
you'll probably feel better by the weekend. Still remember had you going crazy screaming my name.
Yo, that's the weirdest questions, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good.
I believe he's bisexual, yeah.
I thought that I was dreaming when you said you loved me. The start of nothing, had no chance to prepare.
In this part,
Couldn't
man.
see you coming. And we started from nothing. Ooh, I couldn't you now.
Like, the money I would pay to be able to re-listen to this shit for the first time again. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Got sus for no reason. Alright, well, to be fair, like I said, this is a very gay album. So, I wouldn't say for no reason, but, you know, to describe my love for this album, I think that's a good way of saying that.
It's alright to hate me now. We both know that deep down, the feeling still deep down.
It's good!
All the things I didn't mean to say, I didn't mean to do. There were things you didn't need to say. Did you mean to?
Big switch up here, too. Remember, this caught me off guard a lot. You know, I remember really not liking it, but I don't know, man. It's really grown on me. But yeah, the idea being, like, the vocals get more aggressive and chaotic as he gets deeper and deeper into this, like, reminiscing and nostalgia and, like, just this desire to be with this person so much again, you know? But yeah, what a fucking song again. We're gonna pivot to Self-Control now, though. Actually, no, you know what? We're gonna... Fuck, do I do... No, we're gonna do Self-Control. We're gonna end with Self-Control here. Because my only thing is, I feel like we've all already heard White Ferrari. And if not, I'm gonna save that one for y'all. Because that's, you know, that song, holy fuck, man. This album's so fucking good. But yeah, Self-Control, my absolute favorite. This is an 11 out of 10, man. One of my favorite songs ever made. I actually have a playlist. We'll go over that one day in stream, I'm sure. My favorite songs of all time. Probably for a special, but yeah. It is included in this playlist, favorite songs of all time. So yeah, pretty high bar. But yeah. Also Alex Young guitar. Let's run it. Poolside combo about your summer last night.
About your summer last night. I give you no play.
Something about queer R&B/rap artists, Frank Tyler and Kevin Abstract. Yeah, I agree. I don't... You know, I've thought about this a lot, but I feel like... I don't know. It feels like when it comes to, like, gay musicians... for whatever reason, they're so much better at making love songs than straight musicians. And I don't know if it has to do with, like, their sexuality, but it just feels like, I don't know, maybe it's just because, like, straight love, like, songs are just more tired because there's just naturally been more straight love songs. But I don't know, something about, like, artists like Frank, Tyler, Kevin Abstract, even, like, well, I guess Kevin Abstract, Summer, Brockhampton is also, yeah, in there. But, like, there's something about it, man. I just feel like they, oh, wait, Kevin Abstract is gay. I'm gonna assume you're saying that as a bit. There's no way you didn't know Kevin Abstract is gay. The, like, first song I've ever heard from him, he raps about being gay.
Could I make it shy last night?
Give me a /S if you're joking.
On the last night. Could we make it in? Do we have time?
All right, one more little bit of what's it called? Holy shit. Wait, what's the word? When it, like, a little story. No, hold up. I'm gonna find it. My brain's processing. I got this. Wait, holy fuck. What's the word for when you have, like, a little story? You know, like a little, like that. Fuck, dude, I'm actually losing my mind. Whatever. Point is, this song, for reference for how much I love this song, I made a Geometry Dash level with this song as the song. Back when I was really into Geometry Dash, I never finished it, but I made about, like, a minute of gameplay with this being the song. Very EXO inspired for any GD fans that are watching this. But, yeah. Little, anecdote. There we go. Anecdote. That's the word. Holy shit.
Boyfriend.
A tail. No, not the word I was thinking of.
Noses on a rail. Little virgin wears the white. You cut your hair, but you used to live a blinded life.
Blonde reference in there.
I was there. Wish we'd grown up on the same advice, and our time was right.
Keep a place for me.
Not Frank vocals here, but
There's nothing. Keep a place for me.
Now and then you miss it.
wait, it is Frank. Oh my god, wait. See, I didn't even know this. Apparently, that, unless Genius is wrong, but I swear to God, that's Austin Feinstein on the vocals there. But apparently, it says it is Frank Ocean, and he just comes in the second chorus. And I know Young Lean as well does vocals, so maybe not. Maybe not. Or apparently, no, it's not Young Lean. I don't even know. Either way, okay, regardless. Background vocalist, whether it's Austin Feinstein, Young Lean, whoever it is, shout out, man. They really add to it. I mean, yeah, gay artists equal heartbreaking love songs. Trans artists equal mind-bending, reality-changing music. Yeah, not to generalize, of course. But, I don't know. I feel like... I think it is just because straight love songs are just more, you know, there's just more of them, so they're more tired. Oh, welcome, Jack, Josh. We finished up with Weezer. We're just listening to Blonde by Frank Ocean. Stay in if you want to listen to Absolute Peak.
Some nights you dance with.
That reminds me of slower cuts from Brockhampton. Oh yeah, well, I'll tell you, Brockhampton was hell inspired by this, I'm sure. Love Brockhampton as well, yeah. That Saturation original run was so strong.
That's like never.
Also, I have to point this out, because this is one of the funniest things ever, but it's also so devastating and sad. First of all, now and then you miss it. Sounds make you cry. Some nights you dance with tears in your eyes. I came to visit because you see me like a UFO. Obviously, unidentified flying object, meaning you don't see me that often. But also, you can read it as unidentified Frank Ocean. F-O. So he's saying that he's an unidentified person now. But he's still Frank Ocean because he hasn't seen this person in so long. It's just, come on, like, it's so peak. And the singing, bro, come on.
And you made me lose my self-control,
Keep a place for me. sleep between y'all, it's nothing. Keep a place for me. It's nothing. It's
And just wait, man.
nothing.
That switch from like the deeper bass too, come on,
It's
man.
nothing.
And this
It's
part, I don't want to
nothing.
spoil, but like, bro, like, you don't understand how many times this shit has come on, and I'm just like, fuck, man. I'm so sad now. Like, it comes on and it ruins my day in the best way possible.
But you gotta leave. Take down some summertime. Give up just a night.
And you know, someone, I remember there was a comment in the YouTube upload of this song. Someone said it perfectly. This outro section here, it's either if you're like happy with your life and doing well, you're like, wow, this sounds beautiful and amazing. I love it. If you're not doing so well, this comes on and you're just like, fuck, man. That's what this sound is like.
Oh, you got someone coming. It's spitting game. Oh, you got it. Oh, you gotta leave. Take down some summertime. Give up just a night. Oh, you got someone coming. Spitting game. Oh, you got it.
I thought he was saying I thought he was gonna go, I go back to being friends. Good reference. You're on point with the other lyrics reference. I respect that, Lavender Coochie. Yeah, I mean, what a fucking song, man. Yeah, Future Solo has done that to me too, even as someone who just isn't immediately focused on lyrics. My brain is sort of wired to focus on the sound of tracks rather than the lyrics a lot. Oh yeah, me too. I am definitely someone who really would rather, or like, the sound of a song is the primary focus to me, right? I will say with these live streams, I have been paying attention to lyrics a lot more, which has been really cool. But normally when I'm like, if I'm listening to an album for the first time on my own time, I'm not really paying attention to lyrics as much as I am with the sound. Unless, like, obviously it's a case-by-case basis, right? Because, like, if it's a Kendrick album, of course I'm going to be focused on the lyrics. But, like, you know, other artists that, like, aren't very lyrically focused is what, I mean, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, what a fucking song. What a fucking album. This album is incredible. If you have not listened to it, I truly cannot recommend it enough. Do yourself a favor on the 10-year anniversary, or technically it was yesterday, but around the 10-year anniversary, give this shit a listen for the first time if you haven't. It's going to blow your mind. If it doesn't, you're entitled to your opinion, but, you know, that's how I feel about it. Incredible, incredible piece of work. I miss you, Frank Ocean. Please come back, man. We need a new album. That would feed generations. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This was a pretty fun one, pretty short. Apologies for, again, the Denzel Curry incident and not being able to do that one on stream. But, yeah, don't want to get back into that too much. I addressed everything in the beginning of the stream, but yeah, apologies again. That was really fucking embarrassing. Will not happen again. I will make sure to be more conscious about that. And yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed the Weezer reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed, you know, a little bit of the sneak peek of Blonde if you haven't heard. And yeah. Oh wait, last thing, sorry. Do you like Lana? Have not listened to enough Lana Del Rey music. I gotta check more of her stuff out. I think her new album is probably where I'm gonna get started with that when she drops again, because I think she's working on one, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed again. I will see you for, I believe, Tuesday. We're going to go live next for some extra fun stuff. We're going to be switching the format again. And yeah, again, one last time, make sure to subscribe to the second channel if you have not. Very soon, we're going to be uploading some stream highlights there. I'm actually working with a friend of mine to maybe see if he can do some editing for the videos as well. So yeah, expect some more shorter kind of like, you know, low-key stream highlights up there, you know? You really enjoyed this? I like how you engage with the wide majority of messages. Yeah, of course. I mean, look, I'm not a 1,000 viewer streamer. I have no excuse to not react with chat, of course, you know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys for Tuesday. Take care, gamers.